many tours have you done? Like big
Ooh,
chunk of time world tours, and would you take one on right now? If like Pink,
ooh,
well, I know she's a special case for you because that's family. If Pink called you up right now and was like, "We're going on tour for another year," would you be like, "Yes, down"?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Is it just
yes,
because it's her, or because touring works for you and you love it?
both,
Mm,
but mainly her,
mhm.
and mainly that camp, and mainly that family.
Yeah.
But to answer that question, I've done 4 world tours with her. I did Rihanna, that's 5, Kylie, that's 6, and my first tour was Gloria Estefan. So I've done
Oh, gasp.
7. I know, 7 tours, and the
You
rest
better
were
get it.
promo stuff, but
Uh-huh.
I've been super
Shorter bites,
blessed.
but mhm.
Yeah, but, super, super blessed.
But I'm so curious to hear because I think that the majority of dancers probably listening are at least curious about being on tour, if not really passionate about wanting to.
Mm,
It seems like such a sweet gig. You get paid to travel the world. There's the
mhm.
prestige of being with kind of a celebrity type, and get to stay in cool hotels and stuff, which is often not the case. But I think it's a thing that most people desire to do, but that
Yeah,
no one teaches you how to do. So I'm wondering if you could talk a little bit about the qualities you have that make you so good at that type of work.
that's a really good question, Dana. Because a lot of people are afraid of the word tour now. They're like, "Oh, I don't know if I could leave for so long," or they
Yeah.
think the opposite, "It's gonna be the best thing
Right,
ever."
right, right. You're so right.
You know,
It's like a black or white issue, like
black
very
or white
hot and cold.
issue.
Yeah, very hot and cold.
And I will say that I got lucky that my first tour was a Gloria Estefan because she's
The best,
an idol, the best
right?
of the best, and as a Cuban,
Oh, and
Afro-Cuban
that
person
music,
in that world, in the music,
that
and the
music.
Miami Sound Machine. Hello, the Miami Sound Machine. You get to dance with that. So
Come on.
that for me was like golden.
You kinda started
But
at the top.
I was like, this is great.
Mhm.
But the one thing I did realize, and I'll go from that beginning start because that when you do your first tour, and you know this from doing Justin, that determines if you're ever gonna do any more tours or not.
Ooh, dang,
And
that is true.
that
You
your
have a
first
bad first
tour,
experience and you're like, "Nah, I'm good, thanks forever."
or I will say that for me, I love finding my tribe on tour, meaning the relationships that I built,
Mhm.
right? And that's part of knowing and figuring out yourself a lot, and that's what's helped me to do to continue to be on tour because I personally love challenges and growing because it's all self-growth because you get taken out of your comfort zone.
Mhm.
You get taken out of your daily routine. You have another type of routine.
Mhm.
And it teaches you a lot. And then you live with people on a bus
Yeah.
and you start learning about each other. But for me was learning a lot about myself. And I do love live stage. I love that feeling. I do love that feeling. Even when you're dead tired, if you have 2 in a rows, if anybody knows, it's like 2 shows
Back to
back
back.
to back, you know, you're like dead tired, but then you always remember there's someone out there who's never seen the show. So you have to
Yeah, yeah.
give it all,
The
you know?
buckets that you pull from and how surprising you can be to
Yes,
yourself is such a
abs-
wild thing. Yeah, to think like there's no way I can do a show tonight, and then to have a great show that night, like that is something that is a really unique and very cool experience.